Hello Commanders, Commander Plater here, and welcome to today's live stream. Hope everyone is doing very well. It is Monday and we are back into some Elite Dangerous. We're continuing our play in getting involved in the Golconda storyline. Probably because it's the right thing to do. Now, I've personally chosen to support the Federation during this particular part of the Interstellar Initiative. The main reason being is that I respect the fact that the members of the Golconda community chose not to land on planets, and I think that is the correct thing to do. And the way the Federation is going to simply maintain their spacefaring style of life versus the Empire, who essentially have completely ignored what they initially wanted and said, here you go land on a planet, which they don't want to do. So, we're going to be getting into it, but a quick hello to everyone who's watching. So we've got Pro Rock, Gypsy, Vortex, SNTNL, Nightbot, Backlap, Duchess Elysium, Lily, Hundehaken, Happy Shrapnel. How are we all doing? Duchess, do you gain rank by choosing a side? No, you do not gain rank by choosing a side, but what you will do, Deacon Ebb, thank you for the follow. What you will get to do is the winning side will have a boost to reputation gains. So that way you'll be able to increase your reputation with them going forward, which is what it's all about. Hey Tado, how you doing? But what we will get is if we're going to go and head over to the megaships, I think, first of all. Which are in system. We are going to Keller's Resolve, which no doubt is named after Helen Keller, I imagine. Now, yes, what we will be able to do is, depending on who wins, depends on which new installation will be added to the system. Empire will be a planetary settlement, to enable the inhabitants to fulfill their original goal, which they've already abandoned. Or, oh god, I got really used to flying the Mamba really quick. Now, or if the Federation win, then they will have an outpost. Personally, I think the outpost will be more useful. That's my opinion, and also it kind of ties in more with what they originally wanted, the members of the Golconda originally wanted. Hey Colin, how you doing? I'm doing alright, thank you very much. I do have some stories to share with people today, but I'll wait till a little bit further on into the stream in that one, which is, it's all good fun. I promise it's fun. And J26, hey, how you doing? What's the weirdest or best pulp culture reference? Probably the fact that they kind of wedged in Vulcan. Like the kind of, well, was it Nimoy Orbital? They've got that in there. Big Head Bob, thank you very much for the host. How you doing, fella? And then you also have Ridley Scott Terminal. I quite like Ridley Scott. Wasn't it called Ridley Scott Orbital? And that they have, you can purchase leathery eggs there, which I think is a bit of a weird one. Yeah, and they talk about them like they're the eggs from the Alien series. Thanks, Alien Covenant, ruining it. I also like Fisher's Rest as well, which is obviously named after Carrie Fisher, which is a mega ship they added in. I quite like that. But yeah, all in all, there's so many pop culture. It might not be Ridley Scott Terminal, but it's called Ridley Scott something. But yeah, there is so many different pop culture references. Right, so Keller's result, and obviously there's in HS 20, was it Ohm something, and then you've got places named Babbage and all that kind of stuff. Alright, Colin, have a good dinner. Sounds pretty good to me. But yeah, we're doing a little bit of space trucking this evening, which, after last week's full-on deletion, we'll give that a go. Oh, Deacon, you're saying that you're currently the top 10 commander for the Feds with 9,632 tons. Nice. I haven't done any contribution yet myself. What have you been delivering? That's the question. So I'm trying to find the best place to go. What about the planet Staple Peakoff? Hudahaken, I did not know that was the one. Okay. Did not know. Pro Rocket started today at 3 p.m. Beryllium is profitable. Nice. I've already done my research of where I'm going to be going. So, here we go, Keller's resolve. You'd think they would just say to them, like, hey guys, I know you've got a generation ship, but do you just want to take one of our mega ships instead, and off you go? Like, would that not be the... Why was there no offer to give them a mega ship? They so could have put in a jumping around mega ship. Oh, I hate that when I get good ideas. But yeah, so this is the place we're going to be delivering everything to. Keller's resolve. It shouldn't be an issue. I mean, there definitely should be a large... I mean, there are large pads on these things, right? Yeah, there are. That's fine. That sudden panic where I'm like, wait a minute. So, I have looked up a couple of different things a couple of different trade options to look into. I used eddb.io for this. I'm just going to share my display with you for this one. Looking at Beryllium, closest place is Clare Plant. Unfortunately, there's a supply of 4, and that was from 46 minutes ago, which isn't great. So I'm just going to have a quick refresh. Now, I want to look at the decent supply. Find stations. There we go. So, we are arranged by distance. We've got around... I mean, this one looks reasonably convincing. HIP 102807. Might be an idea. Yeah, I couldn't help that one. Zendaris, yeah, I mean that's a point there. Gelf, hopefully it helps. We are going to go for, I think, yeah, that's a bit of an off-putting factor. I've only got a 25 light year jump range. I say only, it's still pretty good. 3 minutes ago, right, we're actually going to go to Andri Settlement because someone last updated the pricing 3 minutes ago and they've got a ton. Well, 8,000 tons. So we're going to go there. I think that's the plan. It's reasonably close, it's only a couple of jumps. And off we go. Duchess, you might say why they haven't been. Well, the reason being is that they wanted to stay isolated. it was their choice. They did choose to have a no part with current humanity, and it is only out of necessity they've chosen to. Now, they're kind of aware that we can listen into them, hence why they asked for help, and we went and we gave it, so I guess that's the reason for it. Stream overlay broken. Ah, right. No, the issue is Restream chat is broken at the moment. So what's it saying is the issue on the screen for you guys? It is telling me that my embed link is invalid, although it's not. So let's have a look. Give it a look to see if it works or not. Don't think it's going to work, if I'm honest. New link. Oh, it might be working. Thank you for the prompt vortex, because I kind of forgotten. Yeah, all good. Bosh. Now, right. So Deacon, you've mentioned about my medical treatment, so I wasn't going to bring it up. But as you have, so basically what was going on is I was waiting back for some essentially mutation results on my cancer. Now, what happened in the end is that it turns out I don't have a mutation that I needed to go into a trial. So I'm not out of options. I do still have some potential things that can go in and have some encouraging results, but we don't have this like super encouraging option to go for, which is a bit of a shame. But I am being referred to the Royal Marsden in London, which is one of the world's leading cancer hospitals, to see what options I've got. So we're off to go and have a look at that. I'm waiting to hear back from them over the next couple of days or so to pop in and go and have a chat and stuff, and see what options there are, if there are any, that my oncologist can't offer. Now, if there isn't anything, then I go back to my oncologist and we go with the treatment that we have as an option. Which we will hopefully see how it goes. Now, I think this is the planet we're going for. No, it's not. Well, in that case, it'll be one of these. They're a little bit far away, but we'll only have to do the journey in one direction. But yeah, so we've got a lot of stuff going on. Got to wait and see what happens, really. But I'm not done yet, that's for sure. Definitely a way off. Okay, so we've got 13.6 thousand light seconds to fly. But yeah, that's kind of how things are with all that malarkey at the moment. Is what it is. There's nothing that I can actively do about it just by willing it to happen. Doesn't work that way, so we just got to deal with it and go for it and see what happens. All you can do is play the hand you've been dealt as best you can. I've been bluffing for so long now, but yeah, that's all you can do. The Edge, hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Right, I've got story time because we're flying this distance. Story time. Now, as a lot of people know, I do vlog as well, so I have a vlog channel, and from there I just I do updates on my treatment and my cancer progress and all that kind of stuff. And I had someone basically decide that they were going to troll and full on attack people in my comment section, and it was pretty funny, a little bit amusing. So someone commented on it when I did an update back in October, just saying that I looked healthier than they did. And I was like, "Car, you." And oh no, Nightbot, it's another one. And this person commented saying, "No, he doesn't. You lying." It's a little bit early in the stream, but they used a bad word. "He looks dead." I comment and say, "Bit rude, aren't you?" They then tell me, say, "No, mind you, mind your own effing business." Now, of course, it's on my vlog, isn't it? So my response is, and I'm pretty proud of this one. And I said, except it literally is my business though, as it's on my vlog, and you made the comment about me. You have the absolute worst crap tier trolling I've come across so far. Total low effort. A retarded koala bear that was dropped at birth and had both its hand chopped off would do better than the comments you've been leaving. We await a response. This is also someone that they have their own YouTube channel, and they make videos essentially talking about Christianity and God and belief. And so I felt the need to go and comment on their channel, and commented on the most recent video where they talk, well, one of their most recent videos where they talk about their friend who's been diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, which is bad. Like, I'm a stage 4 for my type of cancer. It's not good. And I call them out on it for being a horrible person, because it's really totally hypocritical. And I said to them, essentially just saying, like, you leave cruel comments, cruel and abusive comments on other people's cancer vlogs. Not very Christian of you, hypocrite. You know, because I'm not one to mince my words. So yeah, I just kind of threw that down at them, and I was like, yeah, deal with that. And I'm desperate to see what they come back and say, because I've already got my next response planned out, and it's offensive, to say the least, because I don't think there's anything that you can say to really make me see your point of view, if that's your point of view. You know, it just doesn't really work for me that way. But yeah, exciting times, right? Anyway, if you've joined on YouTube, hit the like button if you haven't already. Show some support for anti-troll measures. I think it's important. We should all do it, that's for sure. Anti-trolling all the way. They also said something very, very rude to one of my regular stream viewers and members of my Discord as well, on a video, which I'm like, oh, outrageous. Baron Von Noodle, hello. I don't know who you're talking to. We're supporting the feds on this one. Saying greetings, Imperials. None of them here. Look sideways across the room. My wife thinks I'm talking to her, but I'm not. It's fine. I just need to get back under the bridge, Nightbot. That's all it is. And Duchess, yeah. I mean, the thing is that I'm an atheist, but I have no issue with people wanting to practice a religion. It's totally fine. A religion is like having a penis. It's great if you've got one, just don't force it on other people. Nightbot, she's fine. She's crocheting at the moment. And hey Matt, how you doing? Good to hear you hit the like button. So we're here for Beryllium. That's what we're buying. We're going to hopefully buy up, well, we're going to buy up 700 tons. That's the plan. And we're going to ship it back over to Keller's Resolve in Upper Nicholas. Which I'm assuming that's how you say that. I'm just assuming Upper Nicholas is the correct. No, this is a. It's a blanket. I'm currently in no need of a beanie hat, so it's fine. Andreas, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. All shower, I wouldn't say that. She'll have you. Gotta watch out. Crochet is an excuse for poor knitting. Oh, triggered.
I can knit as well.
She can knit as well, yeah. Like, uh-oh. Look what you've done, Showa. And you guys are probably all sitting there like, wait, we didn't say a thing. It's like, it's all recorded. Einarine, yeah, I am siding with the Federation in the current Interstellar Initiative. The reason being is that I think it's the morally the correct thing to do. Let's force ourselves down. It's on now! Stream deathmatch! Nope. None of that. We'd be cool. No violence. Everything's fine. But yeah, we're going to basically sweep in, grab a bunch of stuff, bug out again, and we're going to go from there. But yeah, that was my early story time that we were just talking about there. It's an interesting one. I get a lot of mean comments, all of hateful stuff thrown at me, just because I vlog about having cancer and the treatment, and yeah, I get a lot of hateful stuff. In particular, it does sound awful, but the most hateful stuff I seem to get are from like, I get generally poorly educated people. That's what I'll say there. Well, I could buy CMM composite here, but the galactic average is 2.8. That's a rip-off. Beryllium. This is what we're here for. Oh wait. Is there? I'm pretty sure that there's a shortcut command for that, isn't there? Never mind. The Edge, I haven't been watching it, so I can't really say about that one. Red Griffin, yeah, it happens all the time. As soon as you have an opinion about something that other people don't like, it's remarkably how quickly they turn mean. But yeah, so we're supporting the Federation, who want to maintain the lifestyle of the inhabitants of the Golconda, which I think is important. Oh, yeah, Kuro, that's a good shout. If anyone spoils things, like, for example, The Mandalorian, as Kuro has just said, insta-ban. That's it, you're gone. And now that YouTube has no way of messaging people, you'll never get unbanned. Just so we know. I will say, as my spoiler-free review of the show so far, is that I think I'm really enjoying it, is what I'm going to say. I feel like it's very much the Star Wars we need, content-wise, and that's good. It's edgy enough, it's grounded, it's smart. Now, Shower just said that. Oh, dear me, I guess that's a ban. And they're right there, isn't it? But it's not. Because it's not true. Andreas, I've kind of re-chatted about it a little bit. I'm currently not having any. I'm waiting for to see another doctor, just to see if there's anything else that could be done. If not, I do have some treatment lined up. So, Showa, they're only short episodes, you know. Hey Chunter, and hey Gary, how you doing?
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, Philip, I would binge the absolute crap out of it. That's for sure. It's very much like I'm enjoying it. And actually, I did see. I've kind of avoided all the trailers and all the media around the Rise of Skywalker, the upcoming Star Wars film. But I did go and see Terminator: Dark Fate, and let's be honest, it was tripe, but at least it was visually pleasing tripe, you know. But the trailer they forced upon me for Star Wars, which I've kind of managed to avoid all of it. It was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, there's it looks good. It looks a little bit dark enough, I would say, for me to be interested in. It's got that kind of a little bit more gritty than the previous ones, so it looks like they might have taken 2 films to get the tone right. But that's okay. That's as long as we get a decent ending to the saga, the Skywalker saga, which I don't know how can be Rise of Skywalker and it be the end of the saga, but whatever. Who am I to question it? Right. There we go. Kept resolve. Off we go. Yeah, the last one did. Oh, Osgelf, Doctor Who. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about there. Doctor Shocking. Doctor Who's surprise brother. But yeah, the like I say, Terminator Dark Fate. It made no sense that it was kind of like a lot of rehashing of storylines. I mean, visually it looked really good. You know, the special effects were pretty much spot on. There were no weird glassiness looking at people. They have a young Arnie in it, a young Terminator in there, and it looks spot on. It looks really good. That looked convincing. Yeah. Skywalker is going to end up being a faith/religion. Oh, Kuro, no. Don't say that. To be honest, I haven't really watched Doctor Who. I watched the Christmas special when I'm around my parents for Christmas dinner, but that's about it. What you really want to know is how do I stand the god-awful orange UI? I don't think it's awful, is the answer to that one, Matt. It's just the way it is. It's just what it looks like. And I haven't found another scheme where everything is the correct colour that I would like. And that's it. So until I can change things individually for myself, then I'm going to stick with what it is. Which I'm hoping will be in the new update 2020. I hope. I don't know if it will be, but I hope it would be. I think it's something that is overdue. Or Chunter, we can all pretend you just watch the catch-up episodes on the BBC, because I remember they used to show Doctor Who on the BBC when I was a kid on a Friday night, like 7:30. It was on. Gary, how dare you even say that? Outrageous. Warped Gamer, good evening, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you are having a good evening. See, the Daleks I find really unintimidating and unscary because stairs. And this is before they could fly. Davros, pretty scary, but it's a prime example of how a strong mind can be more dangerous than a strong body, which I appreciate, I think. Matt, yeah, so I know that you can just change them, but the fact that I can't have everything quite the right colour, for example, I want enemies to be red, but I don't want other things to be changed because of it. Because in your UI, there's pretty much, there's 3 colours, 4 colours. Right? Your blue, orange, red, green. But yeah, I want to make sure that it's it looks correct, like that there's no kind of messing around. When we have blue and something's a purple, or then there's red and blue on the screen together, it's like dark blue, don't like that. There's a lot of things I don't like about other people's colour schemes, but because the orange is the one that I started off with, I'm okay with it. And also, the fact I'm the only person that doesn't change their UI almost makes it individual in itself. Right. Beryllium. Cool. Well, we made 6 million profit from that, which is ridiculous considering how much money I made from the last CG. That's one trade run. Come on. It's bleeding ridiculous, isn't it? I'm going to go back to the same place because it's selling both. And what we will have a look at... yeah, the way the NPCs look different as well, Vortex. Indeed. Jack Rance is saying the Angels were the best villains. Yeah. It's a bit like... Okay, now I do have a tattoo, so this is worth me pointing out. This is someone who has a tattoo saying this. And my wife has a tattoo as well. And I like tattoos. I'm a fan. I would have more if I thought I'd get my money's worth out of them. Now, what I would say is that it's almost unusual to find people without tattoos now who are adults, especially young adults. It's not one. Jack, yeah, I auto-corrected in my head. Yeah, see, Matt, I'm glad you kind of understand what I'm babbling about when I talk about what I like and what I don't like. We are in the top 75%. Oh, of course we are. There's 579 of us. Let's do some math. But yeah, it's kind of like a way to be individual now is to not do anything. Like, blending in is completely different to what it used to be. So, so 1,700 tons on average per person. Yeah, let's go and... If we do 3 runs during the course of the stream, obviously we'll do more than that. That'll put us above that, above the average. See, Matt, I don't play in VR. I always say this, that I have a Vive, and I enjoy VR games, but I don't play Elite Dangerous in VR that much. Because, and I said this before, that I'm either recording, if I'm making a video, or I am doing something else at the same time. I'm kind of a nightmare for that. I kind of watch TV shows or watch YouTube videos, or I like to look at my phone at the same time and all that stuff. Well, Duchess, it's a Type 10, a Type 9 even. Wow, it's a Type 9, and I'm okay with docking my own ship. I don't mind it. And good evening, Galarak, as well. How you doing? Immensen, yeah, I mean, it definitely is good. Like, it is good in VR, 100%. And it's kind of one of the things that interested me the most. But yeah, up close stuff is very, very good. You know what? What happens is I always think about playing in VR, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should definitely do that, because it is just as simple as me launching it into VR and putting the headset on, and that's it. Because the headphones have got a wireless, so I can just bung them on, totally fine. Headset's wireless, wicked, you know. And now it's got a mic built in that I can actually use. And I can push my own one out of the way, and I don't have to worry about bumping into it, because that's what kept on happening. But yeah, it's interesting. Like the playing in VR is difficult, I think. For me, anyway. It's good, but it's difficult to get used to. It's especially weird that I love the immersion thing, and the fact that I have my rotate, my yaw and roll the opposite way round to the way you're meant to, and that's because of old school games that I used to play, and that would be the controls for it. So because of like things like X-Wing, TIE Fighter, so I should really change it around. I get torn to pieces for this, I guess. But yeah, that's what I do. What I should use is Super Cruise Assist. But then I'm like, well, if I do that, then I'm missing out on some cargo space. Especially in a Type 9. It'll be fine. It's always fine. Tato, SC Assist ain't teabag. What? Wait, what? Ain't teabag? Do you mean too bad? I'm confused. Because it definitely isn't a teabag, you're right. Andreas, my favourite exploration ship. Now, I'm going to split up into options here. So, the Diamondback Explorer has got a very special a very, very special place in my heart, because it was the first thing that I went exploring in and kind of jumped around a little bit. Then I moved on to the ASP Explorer, and the ASP Explorer is probably going to be... It's my favourite to use, but then you've got the option of going up to the Anaconda, and the Anaconda is just no compromises, and it's probably too much. So I'm probably going to say Asp Explorer is going to be my favourite. John, good evening, and Penny, good evening. How are you guys doing today? Well, how is everyone this evening? I hope everyone's had a good start to the week and it hasn't been too painful. At least, yeah, it's been an alright one. Federal gunship for exploration. Oh, off meta. Okay, off meta exploration ships. Wow. Corvette. Full combat fit Corvette. Crate Phantom is good, Backlap, yeah. The problem with the Phantom, although you can use lots of modules from other ships in it, Asp Scout. No, Tato, no. Off meta exploration builds. Yeah, the crate Mark II does move. Beluga Explorer for the win. I'd tell you an underrated exploration ship. The Dolphin. The Dolphin's actually pretty good. It's got one hell of a jump range, and if you measure it up against something like the Diamondback Explorer. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just smashing the place up. I don't know why I put my phone there every damn time I hit it, because I gesticulate way too much. Every time. Yeah, it's me knocking my phone. Which is why I've got like a really heavy duty case on it. But yeah, Dolphin is great. Oh dear. Every time. That's what I do. Now, I can't recommend a Type 10, like some people might use, Commander of Scorpius. That would be a mistake. But he did it. Type 10 to Colonia, and it's still there, you know. SRV is broken. Oh, that's the SRV not being able to make it in underneath the Dolphin, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's been fixed. Ah, yeah, Chunter. Is the new Jedi game I've been playing any good? So, I've been playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I'm going to say, if you're buying it expecting Force Unleashed 3, you're not getting it. That's not what it is. It's very much a Star Wars Souls-like light. So it's got some fairly familiar mechanics to those that have played any of the Dark Souls or Surge series. Anything that is a Souls-like, or Sekiro, or Sekiro, depending on how you want to say it. But yeah, Sekiro is apparently the closest analogy to it. But I will say, I'm enjoying it. It looks beautiful. The storyline is intriguing. Problem I've got is that I'm so addicted to Planet Zoo. So addicted, and I really keep trying to step away from it. But it's like I've even pinned it to my start bar. I'm at that point with it, so I keep going to Planet Zoo by accident. But yeah, it's good. Very, very storyline driven. A lot of exploration. A lot of exploration in Fallen Order. I will say that it might not be for everybody. If anyone's considering picking it up, definitely not for everybody. I'm enjoying it. I am interested to see where the storyline goes. The Grimnir, we're talking about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And also briefly talking about Planet Zoo and how addictive it is. I'm really trying not to be addicted to it, but it keeps happening. I keep loading it up and then I'm like, oh well, now we have more baby tigers, or now we have more snow leopards. Chantar, would I say not worth paying the full price? Okay, I would, for a full price game of that type, I would quite recommend I'd recommend Surge 2, honestly, 'cause the Surge series of games I loved. Like, I really, really, really enjoyed, because there's that added fact to the combat that you pick up more gear, you craft, you've got your grind in there, but it's grind with a purpose. And, you've got all those run forward, back, and grab stuff, do this, do that. Yeah, so I really, really like that. But I will say, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order seems a little bit light on that at the moment, because there are collectibles around the world. But they're a little bit light. Lightsaber parts are cool, because there's only 3 things you get to customise in it. You get to customise your outfit, and the material it's made from. You get to customise your poncho, which you don't even have to wear, which is a bit of a weird one. And then you can customise your lightsaber appearance and crystal colour. Oh, and then of course you can also customise your ship and your droid. But the droid, the little BD1, he is fantastic. He's great. Big fan. Big fan of him. He's like having a little cat running around with you, which we like. Yeah, Nightbot, the Clive Pavilion that I've built in Planet Zoo. I'll show off on stream later on during the week, actually. Also, I've created the hyena hideout. I've gone back and started naming things now. Like Lima Land is going to get some signs to it and stuff like that. Happy Shrapnel, thank you for the reminder there. I do need the reminder sometimes. Okay, commodities market. We're going to try and do a quick turnaround. I don't know if it's going to go well. Oh. Right, we're off. So we'll try and do the best use of time. Hey Lee, how you doing? What's this play on a Tat 9 cow? Yep, CG Lee, that's right.
Landing coupler disengaged. Make way for oncoming traffic.
Yeah, Penny, it is a little bit like that. It's got some interesting choices. I will say that there's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Environmental challenges in there. So you've got a lot of wall running, jumping from side to side, doing kind of like wall running, jumping from thing to thing, dealing with wind. Like one of the first dungeons that you go into, there's a lot of puzzles, and this isn't really spoiler territory. A lot of spoiler, because you literally get straight into it, but there's a lot of stuff to do with wind and having to deal with using it to be move things, and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. I like it. I like the challenges to it. I need to sit down and get into it. Only problem is that I have so many other games that I keep playing. Wait, no, it's just Planet Zoo. Damn it! We don't really want heat damage if we can avoid it. So Steve, you're saying you took some intel in yesterday. So this is for you're doing like your ranking. You're talking about for your Imperial ranking, right? Oh, you're trying to do the Powerplay. Yeah. So Powerplay is okay. It only really serves one purpose. It's busy work, or you're unlocking the Powerplay weapons. I know one purpose, but actually it's two. So your two purposes are busy work, or you're doing Powerplay weapons. And the Powerplay weapons can be worth it. There's a lot of options out there for different weapons, especially prismatic shields. Very, very useful. If you're a PvPer, then you might want to look into getting the Grom bombs or the FSD disruption missiles. But yeah, there's a lot of options. Gypsy, you said you showed Planet Zoo to your two daughters. They said that rubbish. Well, don't they? Does it? I know you said that Amber likes Elite. Very, very different. Matt, you say, come on, the whole game is busy work. Oh, isn't every game? Actually, yeah, Penny, so I have no idea about Death Stranding. I'm just talking about Death Stranding for a minute. Is that it's really not my type of thing at all. I'm just not into it. The look of it. I mean, it looks great. Trailers look super weird, but it's just really not my kind of thing. I know Hunter has been playing it. He's a stream regular. He seems to be enjoying it, which is cool. Alright, Nightbot. Catch you in a bit. Yeah, Steve, I do have a bit of a... I've got a Powerplay the Basics video on my channel, which is probably worth having a watch of. It hasn't changed. The UI's changed, but it actually hasn't changed the gameplay around it. The only difference is that you have to do deliveries in open. Matt, the hammers are fun. I have the Federail gunship, and it's completely outfitted with Imperial hammers, sturdy mount, and it's good fun. This is a prime example of me not paying attention to where I'm flying. But yeah, the Federail gunship, I use it during the 24-hour stream. Yeah, Chickers, it's not Planet Zoo. It doesn't say Planet Zoo. Well, Lee, I have no regrets. You just bought the Anaconda 3 months of playing Elite. Any tips? CBA 74. I recommend you work on your engineering if you haven't already. And I mean, once you've got Anaconda, you've essentially got all the money potential you could possibly need, as well as you've got a lot of exploration opportunity. You can literally do whatever you want in Anaconda. It depends on what you're looking to do. So if you're looking at doing combat, let me know. If you're looking to do other stuff, again, let me know. I can point you in the right direction. You haven't engineered anything yet, nor do you know how to. Aha. Okay. That's your start there. I will. Once I've docked, everyone needs to make sure that you remind me to talk about how to get into engineering and unlock them. Because the Anaconda is kind of like, once you've got it, it's the only ship you need, not want. Not should have, but need. Galaric, that is correct. I actually have minimal advice on engineering, to be honest. And that's because when it comes to outfitting, I'm not an expert. At all. Hey Weejet, how you doing? But yeah, once we get docked, I will give a little bit of advice. And yeah, Vortex is right there, so assuming you have Horizons, which I'm gonna hope you should. I think it's on sale at the moment, so if you haven't, get on Steam. Or if you want to help me out, there is a link in the description of the stream for my affiliate link, so I get kickback if you buy the game. I mean, when I first started playing, it was pre-Horizons. I had to think, how on earth? Like, that planet over there, it's got land on it. Couldn't then. Okay. CBA. We are going to tell you exactly what to do. Let me just check my position on the old community goal. Top 50% now. Like I said, I think the next lot should take us up to and out to 400 contributors. Should have checked the supply. Right. So you need to go over into the right-hand panel. More Thargoids. Yeah, you're going to need to do engineering. So you go into engineers. You'll have a selection. Depending on what gameplay loops you've been doing and whether or not you've been exploring, I do recommend you go exploring as quickly as possible and go 5,000 light years out, turn around, come back again. That will help you with your engineering, because that's a lot better. But the first one that you really need to get is Felicity Farseer. So, you immediately hear about her. You'll have an invitation for her already, but you'll need to go and get to Scout or higher in Exploration, which is very easy to do. You also need to provide a single unit of meta alloys. These can be taken from either barnacles that are active, I don't think there are many of them around to be honest, or you can go to Darnell's Progress down in Maya. Pretty sure it's Maya. You go down there, grab it from there, you bring it back, you unlock them. Once you've unlocked it, start ranking up with them. And basically, I'm going to recommend a really good tool. I'm hoping, CBA, you are on PC? Are you on console? Because if you're on PC, I recommend a really great piece of software called ED Engineer, and that will tell you where to find things, as well as where to find them, and it helps you put a shopping list together. Tuplex, yep. Is it Merope? I thought Darnell's Progress was Maya. Pretty sure it was. But yeah, ED Engineer is a fantastic companion tool. Okay, cool. Xbox One, unfortunately. Okay. So that rules out ED Engineer. But the principles of going off and exploring and doing this and doing that and coming back all apply the same. So Felicity Farsi is the first one you want, and essentially they give you a guide of what to do. If you've been playing for 3 months, then you'll be able to go forward and get on that one. Done talking. You say that you've written to the community guys about the paint packs. Yeah, because they've all been sent out. All I can recommend is you contact them again. If you haven't got it, you have to contact them. They're all coming direct from Frontier. They have everyone's names. The streams are all saved, so we know when they've been put out, and all the names have been given out. So if there are any issues with it, contact Frontier, and if they need anything from me, they'll contact me. But I can't remember everyone's. So CBA, it doesn't matter because I am both Empire and Federation, even though I am an independent pilot. So I am part of an independent faction and a squadron that supports an independent one, and I have got like ranks with everyone. So the only thing that's missing, obviously, is I've not bothered to go for King or Admiral because there's no point. Because yeah, if you there is currently no reason to. I'm hoping they have like higher level stuff, I guess. Kuro did a fellow Imperial. We'll pretend we didn't see that, Kuro. Unfortunately, with the Imperial ships, I'm not a fan of the way they handle. They don't work out very well for me, which is a shame, because they could be fantastic. Yeah, Lee, that would be pretty awesome if they did like another tier of ships, because there could potentially be a gap. You could get something a little bit wider, a little bit more aggressive than what we've got already. You know, anything will fit on a landing pad if the wings fold up. As long as you can make it through the slot, that's all that counts. See, I think Federation ships look better because I like... Okay, that's a lie. I like the Corvette and the way the Corvette looks. I'm not a fan of the dropship, gunship, and assault ship. I don't particularly like the way they look. Andreas, you think you'll need to be Admiral or King to buy a fleet carrier? I don't. I don't think we're going to need that at all. Yeah, I know what you mean, Tato. If it's the only limiting factor is one dimension, it seems a bit eh. It's like the Imperial Clipper. It actually isn't that big. Like, it just isn't that big. But yeah, the Corvette I think looks much better than the Cutter. The Cutter looks like a jumbo jet. Do people still say jumbo jet? But yeah, it looks like a jet plane. So I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, some adjustments need to be made. Need to be made. See now, between the Federal ships, those three mediums, I would go for the dropship looking the best. But it's called the dropship. But what are you supposed to do with it? There's nothing to drop onto. You know, there's nothing to drop. Oh, the Vulture, yeah. The Vulture does look like it could be a Federal ship, looking at it. It's got that look to it. I mean, Gypsy, you said it's underrated. I don't think it is underrated. I think it, well, I rate it highly. So, I guess that means I don't underrate it. Other people might. But you can't go wrong. CBA, no. Crew will only pilot ship launch fighters. That's all they will do, and they will take a cut of your profits as well. That's what you use them for. So even if you've been mining and you have an active crew member, they will take a cut of your profits. So remember that if you do mining and you have one. You can always do what I do, which is hire a crew member, go out, do something, and then fire them before you cash in. But yeah, it would be nice if you could have crew. Actually, it'd be interesting if they added a mechanic into the fleet carriers where you could buy crew, and they would actually do something. That would make sense, because there's no way you can't have a fleet carrier without crew. Like, who's flying it? But yeah, Vultures, I love them. I used to fly a Vulture. That was part of my upgrade path of ships. I went from Sidewinder, Eagle, Vulture, Python, then Corvette, and that's what I did. Backlap, your elite pilot is almost a billionaire. Jeez. Yeah, it's too bad. There's a real gameplay element missing from the crew, and that's a bit of a shame. And that was the thing about the ships when they were described as what they could launch as fighters. It was can launch anything up to a Sidewinder size. So it's like, well, how can I not have a Sidewinder as a ship launch fighter? That's when CQC was announced and released. That's a bit like, why can't I have that? But yeah, CBA, safe to say, but we're here if you've got any questions, dude. And if you haven't already, you should probably join the Discord. It's a great place to actually get some information, plenty of people to help out, ask questions. If you want to know the answer to something, just give an answer and say it wrong. That's a great way. Hey! Andreas, no, they cannot. For some reason, SRVs cannot be used as part of multi-crew. Crew pilot is not as smart as a player, though. Well, spectator, you are correct. But yeah, that is not something that can be done. It's something that's missing from multi-crew. Multi-crew is kind of I always say it's a failed feature. Unfortunately, it was just... It could have been great, and then they launched it, and then it wasn't. And then, because it was launched and had a real rough launch, everyone abandoned it, and then the devs kind of abandoned it at the same time. Which is, it's a shame, because a lot of work will have gone into it, and I think that's worth recognising. CBA, the Python hates you. Last time you hauled 100 plus 4 because you got killed by pirates. Ooh, that's on you, buddy. I hate to say stuff like that, but that's something that definitely could have been avoided. Then after you're saying it's great when it works, but that's super rare. Yeah, that to me that makes it feature-wise overall not great. The only thing I will say about multi-crew is that it will enable you to get some really good footage if you're a creator. Not something that I've used very often because I'm a very independent creator. Because I'm personally very unreliable, so I try not to work with people unless I know I can commit and be 100%, because I don't think it's fair on other people. If you want an example of what the multi-crew camera work looks like, if you watch the epic SRV race video on my channel that's put together by the Bear Pit, they did an incredible job. Alright, Kuro, take care, buddy. Beryllium. Ah, crap. I should have checked the supply, shouldn't I? We've got titanium though, and titanium's one of the listed commodities. I don't know if we're going to make profit off this, actually. Because beryllium was good. Thallium is another one. Oh, alright, Lee. Calm it down. I've been awake for 24 hours at that point. Cheek of it. Right, let's see thallium. Thallium could be a good one to go for. Yeah, we'll try thallium. Oh dear. I was expecting to run out. Polymers, yeah, are also on there. I had to go with what I remembered, really. But now we know. Spectator, we've already had a chat with CBA, and he hasn't done any engineering yet.
Ship released. Make way for oncoming traffic.
Yeah, that was a good one. The race was fantastic. I've got to admit that was a really, really good thing to finish on. But yeah, FSD is always the best thing to go for first CBA, which is Felicity Farseer. That's going to be really rewarding once you do that, because that's going to make every other piece of engineering you do a lot easier, because you can be able to get around much quicker from engineer to engineer and location to location. Backlap Type 9 when it is loaded. Let's have a look actually. No, Spectator, just let you know, because I feel like we've really interrogated CBA. Unladen is 25, current, so laden is 15. Gift my share. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. But yeah, I'm not keen on interrogating people unless I know I'm going to get some really good information out of them. Uh-oh. I should not have said that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Lee, you thought it was a trap. Oh, come on, mate. You never. Oh, actually not. We're just over an hour in to the stream, so welcome to everyone that's been watching over the last hour and 12 minutes or so. Hope you guys are having a good evening. Today we are taking part in the Interstellar Initiative, all based around the Golconda. We're supporting the Federation, and the reason why we're supporting the Federation is because that's a royal we, think that they are doing their best to maintain the way of life from the Golconda by keeping them in space rather than trying to force them down onto a planet or saying, hey, here's a planet like the Empire are, because we know they don't want to do that and they never did. So that's why we're focusing on them. Also, we have done a couple of runs so far. We've managed to pretty much buy all of the beryllium from the nearby system, so we've moved on to thallium and we're giving it a go and going from there. I do encourage everyone to hit the like button if you haven't already on YouTube. It'd be much appreciated if you did. It's a great way of showing some support for the stream. It helps YouTube know what people like and want to watch. Also helps me know what you guys like as well. At the same time, subscribe on YouTube and also follow on Twitch if you haven't already, because I'm there too. Oh, that done. The robotic bit out the way. If you've joined and you haven't said hello yet, and you're watching, make sure you do say hello. I always like to know who's having a lurk and having a watch. But you are welcome to carry on going back to lurking if you like. It also goes for to be an effective lurker. It's important that you do say hello. The reason being is that this is on Twitch in particular. It helps people know that people are actually there and not just like AFK watching, because they only count people as viewers if you say something in chat at least once. Rue Cruz, hello, and Dragon Darko, thank you very much for the follow. How you guys doing? Justin of Soul, hello. Yeah. Overcooked this one. This is technically more time efficient. Just so everyone knows, a loop of swag, as we call them, are more efficient when it comes to slowing down your ship or gravity assisted turning, should I say, is more efficient than doing the 7-second rule. Which is interesting. I've been told this. I do not know if it's true. And there's no real way for me to empirically test it either, because how am I going to get it right? So, Commodore Leviathan Soul, Lee Mason, Tom Martin, Snower, how you guys doing? I appreciate you guys popping up and saying hello. If you're like me, you pop on someone's stream whilst you're doing something else yourself. Because I was always a content consumer before I was a content creator. Oh, hello. That's a pirate. Okay. That's literally a pirate. And they have immediately run off. Awesome. Oh, so much drift. So much drift. Thought we were going to have a spicy little problem there. Hashtag, you're listening whilst driving home. Wait, how are you sending messages if you're driving? That better be speech to text. Got to look out for yourself and your own safety. Hopefully, the thallium is going to give us a profit as well, which it is. Oh, that's good. That's still good, actually. That's a decent amount of profit. So thallium remains good. We're just going to check to see where we are on the community goal. Still top 50%. Outrageous behaviour. I want to try and get in top 25. Harbinger, exactly. That is what we are doing. See, Lee, I just thought you were crap at typing. Wait, but now I know. But yeah, Harbinger, that's the whole point. I want to keep the Golcondans and maintain their unique culture. Matt, I appreciate it. I appreciate the irony. But it better not be true. But then again, it could be a full beer bottle. You might not have actually drunk then whilst you're driving, I suppose. Yeah, Harbinger, that's the way. Gypsy, I do, yeah. My first mobile phone was an Ericsson, and it used to click whenever you press the buttons. It was because heads, it's not an issue. The Type 9 is not my daily driver, so it's alright. Chances are I'm never going to come back to this this backwater dumper for system ever again. It's like turning up at somewhere you don't live to do a protest of some kind. That kind of thing. Alright, hashtag. I'll let you carry on lurking. But yeah, Gypsy, the old school ones. I also used to have like before apps were a thing on phones. You used to be able to. I used to have this thing called, what was it? They give you a life score for your day. You'd put in your date of birth, and then you'd put in the day, and you'd be like, okay, cool. So what's my day going to be like today? And it'd give you scores out of 5 for everything, which so cringy, so cringy. Gypsy, that's even more advanced than me there. Lee, your Ford Sierra Sapphire had a car phone fitted back in 1993. Eek. Dirty Ninja, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're talking about old phones, apparently. That's what we're talking about. Old phones. I had a Philips Savvy as well, which, bear in mind that was all pre Pirates of the Caribbean, so you know no one was like Savvy. No, none of that. But yeah, that's what I had, and that lasted me into like my second year of university. Bad. Gary, your first mobile didn't even have a clock. What? I suppose that did stop you from taking it out of your pocket with the aim to check the time, but you end up going and you check all your notifications and stuff instead and put it back in your pocket without looking at the time, which we've all done. Well, Lee, look at you now. You thought texting wouldn't take off. You just didn't check to make sure how much people dislike talking. Harbinger, no, there isn't a bounty hunting CG, it's just 2 trade ones. There's a bounty hunting one last time round, but not for this one. Which you'd think there would be. It'd be like a protecting the trade routes. Could chucked out 3 of them, maybe. They had a mulch or a brick. £2 of it. Ooh. But no, there is only 2 trade CGs. One for the Empire and one for the Federation this time round. Okay. Oh god, watches. I actually used to have a Transformer watch. It's really showing my age here. And it would... This is like first generation Transformers. And it's essentially just like one of the bog standard Casio watches. And then around it had like a square frame. But the square frame you could like pop bits off of it and it would turn into a robot on your wrist. And then you could kind of like unslot it from the wrist strap. And so you had like a toy and a watch at the same time. So its head would pop out as well. A little bit like Soundwave, but yeah, like his crappy name would be Timepiece instead of that. Yeah. Yep, I had a transforming watch. Brilliant stuff. Lee, no. I have no idea what you're talking about. Andreas is saying, random comment, do you like high G landings? I don't. I did manage to do the Akinar challenge during my 24-hour stream, but that was rough. That did not go well. And good evening, Phoenix. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day or a good evening now. We're at that point, aren't we? This will be run number 4. Gypsy, you say I'm so young. Well, I was born in 1984. I'm not that young. Not by today's standards. S&T L6, yeah, it was good. I had a calculator watch as well at one point. The school banned them, yeah. The school banned them as well. Had that. Everyone had a Casio one. But yeah, I didn't get my first mobile phone until I was 16. I lost that on a night out whilst drinking at the age of 16, and I got so drunk that I fell over and hit my head on the ground, and then was violently sick. So that was good. Hey Hunter, starting your your weekend, 3 days off, nice. If you fancy a bit of, I might need to buy you some filming in Elite actually, and Vortex as well. I fancy borrowing both of you for some filming if you're around at some point in the next couple of days. All I'm going to say is Tyranny Warp. Yeah, that's great. Star Wars watch in 1978. Wow. Plus Hunter, I feel like dipping back into Satisfactory a little bit at some point during this week. Got some work to do. Andrew actually saying you're too old, you were born in 1980. I don't think that's that old. I mean, I've got to say that. At this point, it's like, no, that's not old at all. Vortex is always up for a warp. Good stuff. Because we're going to teach the masses how to do it. That's the plan. The Tyranny Warp is not like the Time Warp. There's no dance move, there's no soundtrack to it, just so everyone doesn't get too excited. Honestly, I thought we would have done better. It's not even hit tier 1 yet. I'm literally relying on everyone else to go and hit that. Gypsy, that just tells us that you keep t-shirts for too long. That's what it tells us there. Gary needs carbon dating. Outrageous. Savage. Phoenix, you played the original Elite at school. God. When I was at school, the highlight of our computers was that we'd play Dr. Logo, where you'd program a cursor to move around. It was actually what taught us to move around. But yeah, you just move it around by typing coordinates. And they call it a game. Got lied to. Savagely lied to. Is what I've got to say about that. And I also remember our very first internet computer, or one of them, that was got using Tesco vouchers. When Tesco used to do that thing where you'd collect vouchers, computers for schools. See, Penny, here's the thing, right? The community goal is, it's not as an option. Here's the thing, really, the only reason why it's happening, if you want to put your roleplay hat on, is that they're giving an option of the, hey, whichever one happens to get enough stuff says, look, this is what we can do for you. They should still be able to say no. They should still be able to say no to it. Because technically all they need is supplies, they haven't asked for help. I also, as have said before, I think one of the options would be should have been, to give them a mega ship instead, so that they could continue their journey through the stars, and we, if we wanted to, follow along behind them. And that way we can actually go and land. Oh, that's too far away. Yeah, I didn't actually have an internet-capable computer until I was 19. And I bought it myself. Which made me feel amazing. Season Darius, here's the thing. It was never going to happen. So I made the decision that I thought was correct, where we would... Hang on, did my docking request get denied? There we go. But yeah, I know what you mean. If I thought it would prompt another proposal, then yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I didn't think it would happen. Because the storylines as part of the Interstellar initiatives, as much as we help guide them, that's all we're doing, is we're just guiding. The decision and the outcome is pretty much predetermined, and there's nothing that we can do to really change them. all we can do is pick one of the directions.
Landing successful. Dispatching ground crew.
Right, commodities market. We are buying thallium. I think that's what we decided would be the best one to go for. Or was it? Did we just sell titanium or did we do thallium? Let's actually use some in-game tools to have a look. I want session log. I thought it might tell us. I feel like it should tell us. I feel like it should tell us. It does not tell us what we just did. All I know is I traded. Crap. When has the CG ever failed? It has happened. It has happened before. But at the same time, thallium, titanium, because it was cheaper. No, it wasn't titanium, we were doing thallium.
Cargo hold.
There we go.
Maximum capacity.
Xbox. So, the reason why I chose the Feds is because it maintains the Spacefarer lifestyle of the Golcondans. The only issue is I think they should have been given a mega ship rather than an outpost. An outpost seems like a massive cop-out. What should have happened is they should have just been given the mega ship that we're using to collect stuff.
Detach confirmed. You are clear for departure.
But it wasn't an option, so I have to go with the next best thing.
This is a weapon-free assault, Commander. Acts of aggression will not be tolerated.
Hunter, yeah. I mean, I've also seen CGs where they were set way too low. There was one where here's the thing, right? Only 21 people took part. That means that the top 10 would have also been in the top 50% of commanders, which is totally mad. And I do remember... Wait, what did I just deploy hard points? Yeah. And I remember that one, because it was down in Maya for that one, and this was when I used to chase community goals. And I chased it down there, went in, and it was a combat. And that's when I used to do them in open. So this is before I really, I was as, well, known to the extent I am now. And so I would just turn up and I'd be like, hello, how you doing? And just start flying around and join up with people in open. Before I'd been ganked. Before I'd ever been ganked. Before I was a name where people would want to gank. So yeah, that was an interesting one, and that was a CG based around combat in a conflict zone, and they had a single capital ship in there, and that was pre-engineering, I think, and that was it was an absolute nightmare. But yeah, had they been given a mega ship, it could have been, this could have been sweet. It could have been give them a mega ship instead, and then the Golcondans continue to move through space, and they allow people to come and join them. Like, you could essentially, a bit like the Gnosis, and you'd follow it around. That'd be cool. Excelsior, I don't know. You wouldn't be able to pick it up yet, because the Interstellar Initiative is not over yet. That's for sure. MechWarrior. Actually, you know what? I went back and I replayed MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries, and I had a great time, because I'm pretty pumped about MechWarrior 5 coming out next month, and that's on the 10th of December. Quite looking forward to that one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I can remember pre-engineering Hunter, because I went to Sagittarius A in an unengineered Asp Explorer with a 20 light year jump range. It was bad. It took me 3 months to get out there and back, and that was doing like 1,000 light years at a time when you could only plot 1,000 light years at a time. And I was doing 1,000 light years an evening, and I was essentially vlogging my progress, and it's some of my most horrific earliest videos. Yeah, Excelsior. I think the last Xbox game there was oh god, what was it called? It was a mech something. Mech Assault 2 Lone Wolf. That was the one. Spectator, I have tried MechWarrior Online. I just hate the fact that it is all premium currency, and you have to do that. I don't like that. Mal, good evening. How you doing, fella? You alright? But yeah, MechWarrior Online, I jumped into it a little bit, but I like playing my MechWarrior games with my HOTAS, because I feel like I'm a MechWarrior, you know? I feel like I'm one with the machine at that point. And you can't really play MechWarrior Online with a HOTAS, because everyone's using keyboard and mouse. But plus, like I say, I don't like the premium currency side of stuff. It's not fun. Mal, thank you very much for the host, buddy. Much appreciated. But yeah, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, looking forward to that. That's going to get my full attention when it comes out. I'm hoping this puts me into the top 75%. Microsoft Sidewinder old school. Yeah, I can't pretend I don't have a stick. I've got this real bad habit of not throwing stuff away, so it's a real pain that I'm like that, because I've still got my T-Flight. I've still got my old my broken X52 Pro, which I didn't have to destroy to get a new one, and I've also got my it's the Microsoft, yeah, it might be Sidewinder. Yeah, Spectator, the problem is that I couldn't see how you'd get... Well, you've got the option of pay to win, as it were. But yeah, I never... I looked at it and I went, oh, the grind... I couldn't do it. Especially considering... I like the story, I guess. I also... That's the thing as well. It's like, I like the story in-game. I like the feeling that I'm... You know, in your head, the roleplay button clicks on. Hunter, you are a touch late to that to that party, but you've arrived, and that's what counts. Yeah, I never played Tribes. I think I recognise it. Was that like a third-person shooter like type thing? I think it might have been. But yeah, Hunter. Now. With that Return to Jurassic Park DLC, that further legitimizes the leak, the Frontier leak, the roadmap, which had everything in, including base building in Elite Dangerous, which I don't want. I just don't want. I don't want it. Do not want. At all. Can't stress it enough. But yeah, it seems to be like that could be more likely now, which I wish it wasn't. Hey Squeakenheimer, how you doing? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, because you can sell all, but you can't buy all. Right, top 25%. That's the word I was looking for when I said 75 earlier. Hey! Spectator, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Hunter. It was. It was on the. It was on the leak. People can be very salty. I think with a single player game, you do not get anywhere near as much salt as you do an online one. Zendaris, why am I against base? Okay, right. The reason why I am against base building in Elite Dangerous, very important, only in Elite Dangerous, is I don't see, and I cannot for the life of me, see how it would pull together and work with the fighting mechanics, trading mechanics, mining mechanics. I can't see what benefit there would be. Also, the combination of I'm playing in solo, someone else is playing in solo, we both find the same place that we want to go and build a base. I build my base, they build their base. What happens then? What happens with that? You know, that's I've got real concerns about the implementation. That's my problem, and that's why I don't really want it, because I don't think it would be executed correctly. I need to see fleet carriers implemented, and then I'd be able to say whether or not I think Frontier can handle it. And I don't want another half-baked, half-thought-through feature that doesn't work very well with peer-to-peer networking. Of course, there has been said that there is a large refresh coming in the code for Elite Dangerous, and that came out of the FDev AGM, but I don't know if it's going to be right. Immensen, what if a space game that combines Satisfactory? Yeah, it wouldn't though. It won't. This is the thing. I love Satisfactory because it's Satisfactory. I like Elite Dangerous because it's Elite Dangerous. You know, I'm okay with different games being different. I don't need everything in one game, it's fine. But yeah, I just, that's what I struggle with it, I guess. I don't see why. But Immensen, yeah, I mean, base building games are fun, but I just don't see how it's going to work, because considering you can't steal anything from bases, there's no benefit to destroying them. How are you going to, you know, just based on the current mechanics, and yeah, there could be loads of different things coming. Excelsior, so you say noob question, can you store cargo anywhere other than the ship? No. NMP Graka, no, I haven't seen it at all. Muddy Funster, we are talking about base building potentially being an Elite Dangerous, and that is based on the leak from last year, because so far, was it last year, earlier in the year, sorry, the sacred document has been fully correct. But Zendaris, you say that stake your land, how's that going to work? Like, again, how would that work if you just kind of, yeah, I don't see it happening. I don't see base building happening, but I've got high hopes for space legs and planetary landings. And J26, yeah, unless the base building is your fleet carrier. And it's entirely possible that was the thing that was being spoken about, but the person who is being explained to might not have actually necessarily quite got it. Hunter, thank you very much. They say the odd one was set off your OCD. Well, I'm sorry, but not. But no, I mean, here's the thing, Muddy Funster, is that you say that you think it should be in there, but you have no idea how it'd be done. So, how do you know it should be in there? You know, if you don't know how something's going to be done, why would you want it? You've got to think about that. That's really important. And this is what I always encourage other people to do, is that kind of critical thinking of the, if you're going to have a new feature put in, how will it be implemented? For example, multi-crew. Someone made the conscious decision to say, nope, they can't use SRVs. That's either a technical limitation or an idea. Otherwise, oh god, could you imagine everyone's going to be like, well, I want this place, and everyone ends up with like 1 million bases all near them. And you've got to think about it. It's going to be suddenly 1,000, well, 5,000 more assets, for example, all suddenly appear. And that's talking like the average number of players a day. 5,000 would appear one day, then it go on and on and on and on. Yeah, Minson, you say the Elite universe is massive, but we all only spend our time in 0.00032% of it. This is my point. I just think it's, and a cool place is a cool place is a cool place. You know, we all like the same cool, like Mitterrand Hollow, for example. That place is going to be full of bases. I mean, again, you wouldn't necessarily get a mega ship because we're going to have the carriers. I don't know. But yeah, that's why, I mean, I enjoy a base building game such as Conan Exiles, for example. That's really good fun because there's PvP raiding, there's that kind of satisfaction feeling where someone tries to attack you and they fail, or you go and blow someone else. Brilliant. Then you've got something like Satisfactory, where you're building a factory and it's just for the sake of building it bigger and bigger and more impressive and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. But I'd much rather have atmospheric flight and space legs. Zendaris, I do, because that's like saying because I've got a shed in my back garden, you can't have one in yours. You know. I don't think you could own a planet, because then you do. You own a planet. That's that you, and suddenly you own a planet that someone else has discovered and mapped. Is that right? Well, probably not. And Hunter, I'm with you. And I know I seem to be a bit naysay about it, but that's because that's the side of the fence I'm on. And don't get me wrong, the idea of it, the core concept of it, sounds great. Right? It sounds absolutely fantastic that we would be able to build a base somewhere. How that would work, I don't know. I don't see. I can't think of a way that it would work. You know, and that's why I'm not for it. If I can't see how something will work, maybe there'll be a mechanic that surprises me, and that would be good. That'd be okay. I'd be fine with that. I always like something that surprises me and then I'm pleased with, you know. For example, the support ships as part of the fleet carriers when they eventually arrive. That'd be brilliant. That'd be really good. I think that'd be really satisfying to see. And seeing one of them either jump in or even be able to just fly around and have a look at this brand new shiny asset that serves a purpose, and you've got that satisfaction of having purchased it and using it. Could be good. Could be. Might not be. Don't know. Have to wait and see. There's so much wait and see. Now, I'm not getting your guy chat come across. So, oh, that's weird. Oh no, there it's just come across. Everything all in one go. Fantastic. See, now.
Orbital flight engaged.
What are we saying? Grimnir, you're saying using a Type 9 would you get more space to Type 10? No, you don't. Type 9 can carry the highest amount of cargo out of any of the ships. quickly on that one. Hunter, you say you disagree with Space Legacy, not for that in ED. If done correctly, I'd be up for it. Even if it was just wander around, look around my ship. That'd be it, that's what I'd use it for. Probably gonna use it once as well. Zendaris, you're saying you don't know how you don't see any reason why one can own a planet. Or a large portion of it. Do you mean one can't? But yeah, can't own a planet. Well, okay. I'll tell you why you can't. Because a faction owns it. That's why.
Hello there.
That's my thoughts on that one. Lawrence TV, thank you for the follow. And I missed someone else who followed. I'm sorry. But thank you for following still. But yeah, that's the point, is that it's owned by a faction, not a person. So that I think it's completely a dump on the player minor faction side of things. That's why. I mean, yeah, you could potentially own part of one or buy a strip or something, but how do you do it fairly? First come, first served? It's not fair because of time zones, is it? But then Zendaris, that adds the problem. See, this is the thing. This is why I don't think. This is why I'm struggling to see how it would work. But then the issue with that would be, what if you're playing solo? Yeah, Hunter. They did talk about cosmetics for buildings. I don't know. I say, I don't know. Gypsy's saying that he wants to spend his 50 bill. Wait, okay. But yeah, that's the thing. You can't exclude someone because of the game mode they play in, and regardless of how you kind of say that, well, they should play it open, or they should play as part of this faction and this kind of stuff, you can't make people seek out and join others. And bear in mind, when Elite Dangerous was first put in the Kickstarter, there was going to be a completely offline solo mode where you'd have your own galaxy, and then they realised how big everything is and how it does have to be stored on servers. So, an auction system? Oh, that sounds awful. But it doesn't... okay. Having your name on a planet and having that first discovery tag adds no gameplay. But people want it. People want to have that, you know? And that is the... Ha! Look where I've got this. Regardless of the purpose or, you know, the function, it's a sticker, isn't it? Everyone's having a sticker, shiny sticker. I think it is safe to say that we would never agree. Normans, thank you very much for the follow. But yeah, Giz, that's what I say. I mean, I can't see the reason for it. Daniel was saying only allow the person with the first discovered on a planetary body. That wouldn't be bad. I mean, at least lore-wise, I can appreciate that.
Scan detected.
And Muddy Funster, but yeah, you do have that right to not deal with people in a game when you don't want to, and that is perfectly okay. We've had an NPC, right? Bear in mind, our squadron's called the Seekers of Zen, right? We have numerous occasions come across an NPC called Zen, and it's like, we found him, game's over, completed it. Elite Dangerous, completed it, mate. That's kind of how we all felt. It's like, oh well, we're done here. We're done. It's all good. But yeah, I think fleet carriers will be enough for me. I don't really need and or want.
Temperature critical.
And I have other games for base building if I want to do that. Or building games, or if you're just building it for the sake of you're just building it for the sake of having a cool thing to look at. There are lots of other games that you can do that. Minecraft. You know? All those things. So, Matt, you're saying you almost always play an open. Some things you have to do require you to go into a group. You only played solo when you first played the game. If you're worried about playing an open, join Mobius PvE group. No, don't join Mobius PvE group. Find a squadron, join them instead. It'd be much better. Yeah, Hunter, that. Yeah, see now, Distant Worlds 3 has to go the other way round, doesn't it? So where Distant Worlds, did that go straight line? But yeah, it definitely needs to go around the where Colonia is not.
Frameshift drive charging.
What about terraforming planets? Make your own planet zoo in there. Oh, Immensen, you went for something I really like. How could you? Going back to Keller's Resolve, back and forth. Yeah, the socially thing is good. I think with first-person stuff, it will only be good if there's like base raids and then there's a new type of mission, the same way there are. So essentially that's one step further down in detail. So we had this, you're in space, you do this, then we had to go down to a planet's surface, do this, and then underneath that you would have a go into the base and do this. So you would drive up, you'd park on an SRV bay, drop in, you'd come out, and then you'd run in and be like, that's gunfire I'm making there. So it's totally optional and removed. But again, it would pay well, it would be a good bit of fun. That would be alright. Totally optional. Extra gameplay, and it'd be something you could probably do if you wanted to. But yeah, so Elite Dangerous, the direction it seems to be going is it started off really high level, went one level down, and then a level down again. That would be okay. Like, I would accept that. Don't necessarily be like yeah, I really, really want it, but I would accept it as a concept. Hey Sid, how you doing? What's up? Well, today we are taking part in the next phase of the Interstellar Initiative, part of the Golconda. I'm just making another drop-off. I have some cargo. And, yeah, taking care of that, really. Lee, it would be okay if there were separate aspects to it. So you'd have like you initially have your war to fight for control of space, then you move further in, and then you then fight to take control of the station like that. That'd be cool. But you'd essentially have conflict zones, but first person. My only concern again would be the net side of things. They'd have to get that spot on. Absolutely spot on. Yeah, I don't see the ship stealing happening. I think that was a bit of a dream, but the way the game has evolved, it'd be a different game. It would be Star Citizen. At that point, like, you'd have to multi-crew, have someone jump in, you'd steal someone's ship, and then you'd have to be able to go and sell it. Yeah, that would have to be a thing that happened, because that's something that's missing from Star Citizen. Chunter, I think you're a bit far behind there, mate, so when you eventually catch up, I'm saying don't join Mobius, join Squadron and join their private group, like the Seekers of Zen. Well, Matt, you got to remember the Cobra engine is the same thing that's used to do Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, and the level of detail it is capable of is incredible. Like, it's a very, very good engine. Is Elite built on the most up-to-date version? Probably not. That's probably where the major code refresh is coming from.
Engines disengaged.
But I do hope they build it to be fully modular going forwards. That'd be nice. That'd be nice to have. What was missing from Star Citizen? Frames. Oh, the ability. No, the ability to be able to sell stolen ships. Like, you grab someone's ship and then you can sell it to a broker's yard, you know, and you'd have it broken down, and you can actually make cash off stealing people's ships. It makes piracy more legitimate. Like, literally, you pull someone out, you shoot their engines out in space, you jump in, you run on, you pop some rounds in the back of the head, and you're off. You know, you steal the ship and you're good to go. Zendara exploitable? Yeah. How would it work? I'm like, oh no. Okay. Right, let's see where we are. I don't think we're going to be higher up than the top 25. Yeah, still at 25, and we've done 3,500 tons. So that's 7 runs we've managed in 2 hours, which isn't bad. We made about 5 million each go, so that's 35 million as a reward, which is alright. That's not bad. For just trading, it's okay, I guess. But I am going to call time for the stream there, guys, because we've been streaming for 2 hours, and my voice is getting a little bit croaky, so I'm going to have to stop. Because my voice is a little bit crap post-surgery. It's not, even a year on, it's not quite perfect. So, I'm going to thank everyone who has been watching, as usual. It's been good talking about stuff that's coming forward, and I do love hearing what other people's suggestions they've got. It's always really interesting because it promotes conversation, and it gives us all more ideas of how things might be, because we all think differently. So I do appreciate the debate. Good fun. Now I'm going to be streaming again later on during the week, so make sure that you do keep an eye out for that one. If you haven't already, do make sure that you like on the way out, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also follow on Twitch as well if you haven't already. Much appreciated if you did. Probably going to do some Planet Zoo at some point during the week. Penny, thank you for the follow. I thought you followed already. And we'll probably might do a Smart Pavlov again, which is a good fun one, and try and squeeze in another Elite stream, but I don't want to overdo it. We've got a lot of building work going on in my flats at the moment, which means there's a lot of background noise, which means I can't record any bleeding videos. But, right guys, I am going to say once again thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Commander Plater, out.